Hello everyone, welcome to lecture 6 of units and dimensions. Now here I have introduced one more term, that is the dimension. Dimension. What are dimensions? The dimension of any physical quantity, the dimensions of any physical quantity are the power or the powers to which fundamental quantities must be raised to represent the given physical quantity. We will be little bit confused from this definitions. Basically, you can say that dimensions are the short abbreviation of any fundamental physical quantities, and power raised to that dimension of fundamental physical quantities, we can find the any derived physical quantity. For example, first of all, we discuss the dimensions of fundamental quantities. Here, some of the fundamental quantities are there. We have already discussed these fundamental quantities. It's SI units we have already discussed. For length, it is meter. First of all, we discuss the units. Mass, it is kilogram. I am just revising this. For time, it is second. For current, it is ampere. For temperature, it is Kelvin. And for amount of substance, it is mole. I am just leave this luminous intensity. It is very rarely used. Now, the symbols for meter. This is a symbol of unit. It is small m. For kilogram, it is small kg. For time, it is small s. For ampere, it is capital A because it is named before the scientist. For Kelvin, it is capital K, and for mole, it is MOL. Now we come to dimensions. Dimensions are basically the symbols which we have decided. For length, we have decided the symbol L. Wherever we have to measure length, it is L. And this is the symbols which shows that this L is dimensions. If you simply write L, it can have any alphabet. We can't put like this bracket, or all these brackets will not consider. Your marks will be deducted. You have to make the symbol like this. This is the symbol for dimension of length. For mass, we use M. For time, we use T. Approximate 60% of questions will be based on this basic fundamental units, M, L and T. For current, instead of C, we are using here the symbol A. For temperature, we are not using T because already we have T for time for T. Therefore, we use K. And for amount of substance, we have mole. Now, these are the dimensions of fundamental physical quantities. And the power raised to these dimensions, we get dimensions of any derived physical quantity. Now, one thing you should know, what is the use of these dimensions? Now, suppose if we discuss about the perimeter of the field. Now, for calculating the perimeter of the field, suppose we are interested in the perimeter of the field. Perimeter involved. Now, from this perimeter, the dimension of this perimeter, we come to know that which physical quantities are to be used, whether we need time, whether we need current, whether we need temperature or not. In perimeter, we need length, we need breadth. The dimension of length is L, the dimension of breadth is also L, the dimension of height is also L. That means we have to measure the distance of the length in all these three physical quantities or parameters. That means the dimension of parameter is L only. Dimension of length is L, perimeter is L, height is L, as well as parameter is also L. Now, we from this physical quantity, if its dimension is L, we know that there is no dimension of time, there is no dimension of current, there is no dimension of mass. Now, if we come to area, for area, we have length into breadth. L for length, L for breadth, therefore we can write L2. That means dimension of length is used twice, and in this area again there is no need of dimension, there is no dimension of mass. We can also write like this: M0, L2, T0. Basically we use these three base dimensions. In the same way, for the dimension of volume, we have length into breadth into height. One dimension for length, one dimension for breadth, and one dimension of height. All is measured in terms of length, therefore it is L3. Now this dimension will give you information that it is cubical, it is areal, and this is linear. And even in the volume, there is no dimensions are there of mass, time, current, temperature. Only we need parameter of length. So it provides us the basic information that which physical quantities are involved in any derived formula. Now we come to the derived physical quantities, their units and dimensions. I told you that physical quantities are of two types. One is derived fundamental physical quantities. Fundamental physical quantities are those. Fundamental physical quantities are those which are independent, which does not require any other help of any other physical quantities. They are called as fundamental physical quantities. Next is derived physical quantities. Derived physical quantities are those quantities which are obtained with the help of fundamental physical quantities. They are called as derived physical quantities. Now we discuss next topic is also important and you have to note down in your copy, and this one you have to note down in your copy, this one. Now we discuss some derived physical quantities, its units and its dimensions. You have to note down all the units and dimensions of the derived physical quantities. You have to learn at least 40-50 derived physical quantities, their dimensions. Now in derived physical quantities, now we use in dimensions we use only these 1, 2, 3, 4, mainly these 6 are used. Mole is very rarely used. You will find that these 5 will cover approximately 95% of the dimensions. Therefore you should know about the dimension of these physical quantities. You have to at least these 5 physical quantities you should keep in your mind. Now dimensions does not depends on the scalar or vector, whether quantity is scalar or vector. You should know about you should also know about the scalar and vector. What is scalar? Scalar quantities are those quantities which have magnitude and unit. Those physical quantities which have magnitude and unit, we call those quantities as a scalar quantity. That means there is no direction. Vector quantities are those quantities which have magnitude, unit as well as direction. And ratio quantities are those which have only magnitude. So ratio quantities are those which have only magnitude. Scalar one is property increases, that is the unit, and vector quantity one more property increases, which is direction. Now in some physical quantities, whether it is fundamental physical quantity or derived physical quantity, there is no need of any direction. For example, mass is a scalar quantity, it does not require any direction. Time is a quantity which does not require any direction. Current is also a scalar quantity. Temperature, speed, density. Now what is the current flowing in the conductor? Doesn't require any direction. What is the temperature of a day? It does not require any direction. So all these quantities are called as scalar quantities. And vector quantities are those, one more distance. Vector quantities are those which requires direction. Now in Google Map, if you follow the Google Map while going to any destination, you will find that Google Map shows the direction. Besides the distance, it also gives the direction. Without proper direction, you can't reach to your destination point. So Google Map what provides? It provides direction as well as distance. And vector quantities are those which also need direction, that is displacement. Speed is a scalar quantity, but velocity is a vector quantity. Acceleration, force, momentum, etc. These are vector quantities. And what is the role of ratio quantity? Those quantities which does not require any unit. Now how it is possible that without unit we get the information? For example, if I say that distance of Bhiwani is half the distance of Delhi. As you know the distance of Delhi, if you know the distance of Delhi, you can reach to the distance of Bhiwani. If I say that your weight is half of my weight, in that case also no unit is required. If you know my weight, say it is 100 kg, then your weight is half of mine, that means your weight will be 50 kg. That means without using the unit we can understand the quantity. This example is relative density. That means density of any body when compared with the density of water, we get a relative density. In this way, all the physical quantities, whether they are fundamental or derived, they can be classified in these three categories. There is one more quantity that is called as tensor quantity. Only very few examples of tensor are there. In tensor quantities are those which have magnitude and unit but direction is not specific. That means if direction is variable, not having fixed direction, then that quantity is called as tensor quantity. Now vector quantity is having its importance. For Google Map we need a vector quantity. When you are in flight, you will find that a direction is required. Distance is not important, that displacement is given. Direction is required. To hit the target, missiles needs the direction. That means direction is also equally much important. And there are some quantities in which there is no need of direction. We call it as scalar. This is vector, ratio quantity, and tensor quantities. So these quantities you should know, because when we discuss derived physical quantities, we will also discuss what is its nature, whether it is scalar, vector, or any other quantity. Now from the next lecture, we will discuss different types of derived physical quantities, its unit and its dimensions. Now you should keep in your mind these 5 dimensions. These 5 dimensions are used. The power raised to these dimensions will give you the dimensions of any physical quantity. Don't be confused with dimensions. Dimension is basically we can say the short form. That means it is very difficult to write all the physical quantities in a formula. If dimensions are there, we can know that in this formula these parameters are used. For example, in the dimension of force there is no dimension of time. That means no requirement of time is there or not, you should know. There is a requirement of time, MLT minus 2, but there is no need of this current. Therefore, you should know that what are the parameters which are used in this derived physical quantity. Thank you. Have a nice day.